All right, Dave Blaze, we're like speeding into the weekend. I was telling people that we got off on tomorrow. So
yeah. Just to let everybody know that tomorrow we're not going to put out a dispatch, and there'll be no live show for Good Friday.
Yeah, Good Friday. Good. So anyway, just want to welcome everyone. It's been quite a busy week. Lots in the news, and then we're going to finish up strong today. So again, as Dave Blaze said, no show tomorrow, no dispatch. We got a three-day weekend as far as I'm concerned.
Well, there's that. Plus, there's we have some stuff going on. But let's tackle the big elephant in the room that Pam Bondi has transitioned out of the Justice Department. She's taking on a private sector role for the time being. We don't know whether she's going to be involved in any future RICO cases or could run for governor of Florida. We just don't know. We just don't know.
Well, the thing is with this is what I do like about this compared to the first administration. These people that he switched out is not really bitter, like they're fired and everything. Like we even seen with Kristi Noem that. Yes, he took her out of the role and put her someplace else. We've seen that with Elena Hava, where she got a job, I believe, in New Jersey. Donald Trump is treating these people that have been loyal to them. He's been doing them right. And so that's good from that angle.
Well, and also at the same time, you can see, like, even Kristi Noem and now Pam Bondi, when they make their final, like, a post about why they're leaving and the time that they've spent at the she spent at the Justice Department. I mean, she's a real class act.
Yeah.
Right? She's a classy woman, and she goes in and say, oh, she really appreciated the time there and blah, 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 and all of that. Unlike these lunatic, I'm going to be a whistleblower, and I'm going to tell them all about my bad, like even if they quit Walmart, they've got, I'm going to let you know everything that's happening at Walmart. So no one else on earth will ever hire me.
we said, I mean, because I'm on TikTok a lot and I see these videos where someone records them and they quit Walmart, they hop on that phone that makes announcements, says, I want to make this announcement. They think it's funny and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But they're
real brave. They're brave rebels.
This is not how it's done. But the acting attorney general, he doesn't play Todd Blanche. So.
No, he doesn't. He is a stone cold killer when it comes to stuff like this. I just want to adjust the microphone real quick. No, when it comes to, because he's a litigator, right? Yeah. And he's going to get in there, and whatever case it is, he ain't playing games. He's not doing public relations. He doesn't care if he looks good for the camera or anything. He's going to gut whatever he has to gut, and that's it.
Right. Well, what we have here is Donald Trump. I've seen this many times before, even in another way, maybe less, how can I say this, less prominent people in the organization or the presidency. I've seen him let go of people, and it's basically, even though they're loyal people, it's like, hey, you know what? He's very, very nice, and then they're making America great. It's basically, you're leaving, but you're still part of this, and we've seen it many times before with him. So I'm sure America and Donald Trump wishes him Biden the best, but at the same time, a lot of people have been asking me if I'm happy about it or whatever. There's really, Donald Trump's going to do what he's going to do, and that's it. Anyway, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, we like Pam Bondi. We've always liked Pam Bondi, but truth be told, when it comes to the actual mechanics of the DOJ and so forth, I think Todd Blanche has a real good handle on that. And then a lot of people are talking about Lee Zeldin, bringing in Lee Zeldin as the attorney general and so on. But then if you move him away from what he's doing, that leaves a hole there. So who are you going to get to replace him there? Because he's doing a good job where he is.
He's EPA right
now.
Yeah,
he's
right?
in the EPA. That's correct. So who are you going to get to replace him in the EPA, right? And then others are talking about Jeanine Pirro. So who are you going to get to replace her in that position?
Right.
Just elevating Todd Blanche kind of solves the problem.
We'll see if he of course. Here's the other thing. Anything he does, this is another position that has to be approved by the Senate, I believe. The Senate.
Well, yes, but there's a certain period of time where where his appointment will stand.
Right.
And then after that, yes, he'd have to be formally nominated and then approved.
Here's the thing. I thought he was more of a bulldog because we've seen him with working for Donald Trump. Todd Blanche was more of a bulldog than Pam Bondi ever was. I believe.
Absolutely. And listen, if it wasn't for Todd Blanche working with President Trump during those trials in New York and everything, let me tell you something. Between you, me, and the lamppost, and I know she's a nice lady, but he was levels above Alina Habba.
He's a killer. I mean, I don't mean with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's perfect for the role. Okay, Dave. The other thing that Donald Trump said, and we're going to talk about his speech last night, but it was interesting because of something Donald Trump said to Erica Kirk, and there's a good point to this. But if I could play this video here. All right, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Easter. Do we have that? Everyone happy? Anybody that doesn't want, hello, darling. Wow, this is a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but, you know, I told her, you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erica. I said, you ought to sue their... I can say it. You're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
So many points to this. One of the points, guys, is that number one, Donald Trump, he knows what's going on. I don't like the group of people that think that he's clueless of it. He knows everything. He knows everything that's going on, even on Twitter. He knows it.
Those that are out there saying that Trump is clueless and he's being isolated and nobody's telling him anything and all of that, those are people that have absolutely 1,000% blocked out of the administration. They have no info, zero.
Yeah.
The other thing is our social media team put out a post based on this video that we're talking about right now onto Twitter, saying that George Magazine supports, Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA and so on.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Marone, I looked at it. Gene and I don't post on X.
Okay, yeah, I don't. I'm not
don't post on X. Yeah. But Marone, the responses are like,
negative?
Wow, how is that possible? How could you be supportive of Erica? What are you, crazy? How is that? What are you talking? See, this is how deranged the crazy in MAGA is. The woman her husband got murdered in front of all of these people. She's got little children. She stepped up to run an organization that the husband built up. What do you got? And all these people want to do is hang her out to dry somewhere. It's crazy.
Yeah. The other point with this is with Donald Trump. When you see Donald Trump in that, and I've seen it before where he's very stressed out doing something or with it, and he's not loosey-goosey. When he's like talking like this, I heard someone say like, "Oh, he's setting her up." Like everyone's got to twist it one way or the other.
Gracious.
But to show you, and we talked about this.
When he's loosey-goosey like that, that means that he's stress-free and things are going well. And he's happy.
Right, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
like a normal person.
Right. I've always called it the canary in the mine, and I mean this with all due respect. When you see Donald Trump like that, and he's like just joking around, like, oh hey, that means that everything else is going and falling into place.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he looked at the table that Erica was sitting at. He goes, "Oh, I like this table."
Yeah. Okay. Donald Trump No. So this whole thing, like he doesn't know what's going on. He knows the guy knows the factions. He knows who's with who. He knows who really doesn't like him, and they're being put out there even more. Anyway, Dave, this is only 20 seconds, but this is one of my favorite videos.
When we found out the theme for issue 39.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a we'll tell you folks. The theme for issue 39 is "So It Begins."
And Dave, this isn't even like this is just one of them. That I think we had a whole string of them.
Yeah, and look, we're not saying that President Trump reviews all of our posts. Some of them, but he doesn't. He's not sitting there going, "Oh, what did those guys post?" That's not happening.
Right.
There are occasions.
What we see here, the fact of what happened with Erica Trump, he knows what's going on. He knows and the reason behind it too. Turning Point USA, we did the show the other day. It's the new CPAC. That's all there is. That's the way all the direction. And Donald Trump is speaking at her event.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. As opposed to CPAC.
Right. Okay, guys, we're just going to go right into the show here with the first, because Donald Trump gave a talk last night. Anyway, here we go. All right, Dave, this was from last night. I didn't see it until this morning. I saw the whole thing this morning. Trump calls on the world to build delayed courage to seize the key oil routes from Iran. I thought it was a great speech last night. It was spot on. So many things. I don't know if you had a point.
My point is that the Europeans, for all intents and purposes, are just a gang of nations that are cowards. And I can say that. I deal with them on a regular basis. They all know my feeling. The Finnish, I will tell you this, the Finnish are not cowards. The Finns, they'll stand up and fight. But I'm going to tell you right now, the rest of those Europeans, forget it. Look, even going as far back, and many people, there's some historians here that'll know that in our gang. But going back even to the Middle Ages, when Saladin and the Muslims were about to take over all of Europe, and the European kings were doing nothing to stop it until the Pope had to send letters to all the kings, basically saying, if you don't stop this, your mandate to rule will be revoked, and then their own people will revolt against them. It was then that they finally were like, all right, we'll do something. And then started the Crusades.
We talked exactly about this a couple of days ago, and the point was that translation, Donald Trump is saying, listen, because you guys aren't helping out, we'd love to make it a better world, that America takes over the Strait of Hormuz and all this stuff. But ultimately speaking, we want to make America safe.
Right.
So we're taking out all the stuff, and then we'll just go home. And then we don't need the oil.
Not for nothing. It was basically the same situation, right? It was because the Europeans that were making a pilgrimage to Jerusalem during this time of the year were getting killed.
Yeah.
Because there was no safe passage. No one was protecting or keeping the way so that the pilgrims could make it to Jerusalem. And and after reports of deaths and killings and all of this stuff, the European kings didn't want, no, that's no big deal, until they faced the revolt against them and the guillotine. Then they were like, okay, maybe we should do something here. It's the same story.
No, listen, Dave, remember we brought this out. I don't even know how long now. This was over a year ago.
Yeah.
But we talked about this on the cover of George, Trump's Drill Baby Drill, this oil plan, that's how Donald Trump is using this oil to get what he wants. But from last night, Dave, oh my goodness. Dave, I'm gonna have to. My thing got caught up, so I can't scroll down. I'm gonna have to log on and log off, I guess. But
well, hold on a minute. Which one you want to show?
oh, if you could help me out here, it's the number one. Number
They're
one.
all number one.
Do you want me to log on and log off?
Yeah, log on, log off, log on.
All right, you gotta go.
Cool. People are cool. Well, I'll make fun of you while you're gone.
All right, here we go.
He's got some fakakta laptop he's using. I don't know what he's doing. And then he's got 15 different devices all sharing his microphone and his earbuds and everything else. So whenever you talk to him, he's got to go into his settings and change and flip around microphones. You got to see this thing. I mean, he's got a good looking little setup going, but it's crazy. Now you all can rat me out and tell him that I was making fun of him while he was trying to log back in. Watch, I can't log back in. All right, let's see who's here. We got Daniel. All right, Daniel. Well, you've been missing in action. Apparently, you must be at the gym. Ginger's here. Stella, great. Deborah Fisher. All right. Julie, wonderful, wonderful. Tammy's here. Good. Tracy, good to see you, Tracy. Always. Donald's here. Darren, you made it. I thought I just saw Larry. Isn't Larry in here? There's Larry. Kay Miller's here. Therese. Phil. April. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. The whole gang is here. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Gene got caught up on heavy traffic around Grand Central, and he's not, I don't know what happened to him. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can mess you. That's too funny. Let's see. What is he doing? Oh, I know what he did. I guarantee that he's going to come back on. And he's going to say, "Oh, I had to reboot." That's what he's going to say. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys.
So what happened? You had to reboot?
Yes. All right, I'm back. You can see the okay. So anyway, we're talking about this here. Let me get my media here.
Okay.
This is good. Okay, this is Donald Trump doing his drill baby drill from last night.
All right, hold on a second, Gene. I know you want to get into that, but I have to point out the app. Daniel, are you on Apple? Are you on a Mac? Or are you on Linux? Because that's a very big distinction. If you're going to poke fun at Windows and you're on a Mac, it is going to be relentless mocking for you.
All right.
You know, our Larry uses a Mac.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, it's like, and you know, and he does wonderful work. Larry's beautiful. He does the best work in the business. But you know, he's an Apple fanboy. He can't go anywhere without the iPhone, the Buds, the watch, the Apple TV. I mean, it's crazy. It's a sickness. All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
And that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
You have been saying that for a long time. And like, at first I was like, oh my goodness, how could that be possible? But that's it. And it has
Saudi
to
Arabia and Russia combined.
Right.
Now, the first thing that pops into my mind when I think about that is, look how wealthy those Saudis are. Right? There's no poor in Saudi Arabia. That was the first thing that popped in my mind. But then you have to sit back and go, well, it's not like they really have that many people. I think the entire population of Saudi Arabia is about the same population as either Illinois or Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So we have a whole lot more people.
My thing with this, Dave, is that you've been saying this for a very long time, and this drill baby drill that we covered in George Magazine from a long time ago, it is the blueprint of what he's doing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And we figured that out because that was what Reagan did with the Soviet Union and so on. But Trump is taking it to an entirely different level now. We are net exporters now of oil and gas. We've never been that.
Right. Okay. Dave, let's cover this one. Hold on. Here we go. All right. This whole thing with NATO, here's another thing that Donald Trump is doing.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
Yes.
Erdogan's a real sneak. You can look at him and go like, that guy's a sneak.
Okay. Turkey is in NATO. All right. So Turkey's in NATO and they're supposed to be on our side, but they're like having meetings or secret meetings with Hamas.
Yeah.
And there's a problem here is because normally you would think NATO is all our allies, but the government didn't even give them access to purchase. This is purchased now. The F-35, at the time, the top of the line fighter jet, we have a new one. Because they were buying stuff also for Russia.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what were they buying? They were buying Russia's radar system, and then they wanted to buy our planes.
Right. Well, it has to do with missiles, which goes in with the radar system. So it's kind of like what you said with the, like the different computers you use. If you're on their system there and they want to use our plane, it doesn't work out that way. Now, in this video, the president of Turkey visited the United States, and Trump was going to actually consider selling them these planes. But I think it's all bets off now. Anyway, here's the video, Dave.
Yeah.
US President Donald Trump says that he's considering selling top-end F-35 fighter jets to Turkey. Trump made the comments as he met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Florida for talks on Monday. In a joint presser, when asked about an F-35 deal for Turkey, Trump said his administration was thinking about it very seriously.
You picked this video where the guy first of all has a very heavy accent, and then he's mumbling.
After the NATO ally went ahead with purchases of missile defense from Russia.
You don't understand that?
I don't. How are you supposed to make heads and tails out of that? Did you understand what he said?
Oh, well, I'm watching it very slowly.
Yeah, you didn't either.
Do you ever hear Donald Trump when Donald Trump does this thing where they had someone there at the press conference because he goes, I don't understand yet. All right. Okay.
He just waves at him. He goes, I don't know what that guy said.
All right. Translation. All right. Even though he's speaking English.
Yeah.
Translation. The Turkey government wanted to buy our top of the line airplanes or fighter jets, the Raptor 35, and we said no, or the Congress even said no. And what's going on here is now you find out that they're talking with Hamas. I think this is almost very close, Dave, of Trump saying with NATO, we're not helping you. We're not going to be a part of this.
All right.
You guys
I have a couple of thoughts on NATO, but let's talk about this real quick. It's a little diversion. Donald's always good. He'll bring in all of the talking points from the network so that we can respond to him. So this one is I just seen Pam was fired for leaking investigation about Chinese spy to a senator. That is absolutely bullshit. You know what? That is not true. If you want my opinion on it, and this is just maybe a guess, yet President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi attend the Supreme Court hearings yesterday. And Trump sat there and listened to the Department of Justice's lawyer argue the case to the Supreme Court justices, and Trump got up and walked out. Now, how do you think the car ride back went?
Okay, so you guys know it was it was not a even from where I've seen it from. This whole thing with this thing, Trump's side got embarrassed because they asked him some simple questions and they didn't know it.
Right. He sat there. I can just imagine President Trump sitting there going, I could argue this better than this guy. Is this the guy you sent to the Supreme Court? See, this is what's going on. This is the little conversations on the side. Is this who you put up here to argue this case? And Pam's like, oh, well, I you know, he's qualified. He's okay. And then they get in the car and they talk about, you know, Pam, did you ever think about what you would want to do if you ever left the Department of Justice? You know, that's how it goes. It's not like this grand scheme. Oh, I found out she was leaking. She's not leaking anything. That's nonsense. This was, he went to the court with her, and it didn't go well with the DOJ lawyer.
All right, really quick, without getting too much into this, because I know we didn't prepare this. Why would people want to leak that it would have to do with the spy with Stolo?
Because this network is full of a bunch of like mescaline freaks or something. Because it can never just be something real that happened. It's got to be some crazy fandango scheme. And that's why this is going on. No, they got in the car. They went to the Supreme Court. Trump saw the guy was woefully unprepared. And then he starts thinking, maybe this is why I lost that other Supreme Court case. Because you had that guy up there, Pam. Right?
All right. No.
I mean, doesn't that sound natural? Like that's what it would be? You think he's talking about you leaked this information to Swalwell and Fang got it? And, come on.
All right.
That's all right. Leave that for the movies with Julia Roberts, because that's not real life.
All right. Let's do this one here, Dave. I do want to talk about this because, let's see, we have this one right here.
Yeah.
This book that we have out, it is #1 selling fast. We just had another batch. Stella, yeah. That's been consistent. Anyway, we have this coming out this weekend. I'm signing more copies of it. But while we have the chance here, I just wanted to run this by everyone right now. So this is the video for it. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
America turns 250 years old, and George Magazine is marking the moment with a publication worthy of the milestone. Inside this limited edition, we reveal the true Trump story told through photographs that document his rise from the very beginning. These are the photos that shape the narrative. Trump's road to the presidency cannot be told fully without them. Many of the images never seen by the public. Some will eventually be donated to the Trump Presidential Library, and you can see them now. Hardcover, museum grade, built to last, a collector's piece designed for America's 250th birthday. Never seen before Trump photographs from Trump's early journey, stunning images of America the Beautiful, quotes from American presidents, all new pages of hints of what's coming next. Only 1776 copies available, each one signed by me. Once they're gone, they're gone. So get yours today at georgemagazine.com.
And okay. It's true. And he's actually, folks, he sits there and he signs the books. He puts the number on them. He embosses them and everything else. I mean, it's a real process.
No,
you don't rush them.
I will say I actually enjoy doing that, but I do the whole thing. And I just want to let people know that these photos are, it's not just the Trump photos. There's some beautiful landscape photos in there, and it's designed to be on your coffee table. Some of these photos have never been seen by the public before with Donald Trump, because it was just too early on. No one ever thought back then it would be where we are today.
Right.
So there's a lot going on with that.
Right. And folks, if you place the order, you'll get the book. We've got books going out. We've got hundreds and hundreds of books coming in. They are going quick, but I will tell you, in the times that I've tried to rush Gene, you get a book. It's, you think he's going to sign Gene Ho. It turns out to be Ginny Ha. And I'm sorry, I'm rushing too much. And then the next one is Jack Him. And I'm like, all right, Gene, I'll just lay off. You do it in your own speed.
Everything is coming your way. And by the way, just so you guys know, we are looking forward to this weekend with let me ask him. Oh no, you know what? I've known Donald for a long time. He's a great guy.
Yeah, Donald. It wasn't a thing against you, but if you have something that you're unsure, we'll help shed some light on it. Let's put it that way.
And really quick, guys, just this has been a great administration. Compare this to the first administration, where he was letting people go at a record pace when it was starting. Now, I said this off air. I said this to Donald Trump, Dave Blaze. We've had many people that I've known that have been let go from the campaign or the administration. Donald Trump, he doesn't. He's not like he looks to see how people fit in a certain way. Yeah. Yes, he gets upset at people. I've seen it before. He gets upset at people, but he just wants to do everything so that he invented that "you're fired" thing. He just gets people in this place.
Yeah.
So that's how.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, let's do Dave, you want to do the database one, or we got time for one more? Database or the potato one? It's up to you.
Which one is the database?
Oh, it's with the is this one? I'll just show you.
Okay.
1 second. Oh, with Trump signing the
Oh, yeah.
This part.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. We're gonna do something with farming, but it's okay.
He wants to talk about that it only costs a penny to grow a potato.
It's 2 pennies. 2 pennies. All right.
Pennies to grow a potato, and because all of the kids are on Ozempic, no one's eating French fries.
All right. This is within minutes of Trump signing the voter database order. Dem states threaten lawsuits. Now, again, we just did this yesterday when it comes to voting, early voting. Now the Trump administration and the RNC is fully aboard on this.
Right.
So let's not twist it here. But here's the video, and Dave, after this, if you comment on it. Here we go.
I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges. Very bad people, very bad judges. But that's the only way that can be changed, and hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is. But I don't see how anybody can challenge it. The cheating on mail-in voting is legendary. It's horrible what's going on, and it's very clearly covered, very, very clearly. So I think this will help a lot with elections. We'd like to have voter ID. We'd like to have proof of citizenship, and that'll be another subject for another time.
Okay.
All right.
So here's the thing, Gene. President Trump is not saying that mail-in ballots are bad, right. like they're not, like your vote's not going to count if you vote by mail. He's not saying he votes by mail. So that's not what he's getting at. What he's getting at is in times past, there would be multiple ballots delivered to a particular address, right? And then what the people in the neighborhood would do, or those that were working for a Democrat campaign or a community organization would go and get those extra ballots, fill them out from various dead names on the voter rolls, and mail them in. And that's how they would cheat. Now, was it enough to overturn elections and all that? That's a different subject. But what President Trump is trying to do is create an actual voter registry, so a ballot gets mailed to a verified voter, and then that ballot and the envelopes that go along with that ballot all have a certain QR code on them or barcode on them that can be tracked by the U.S. Postal Service. And then they fill out the ballot, mail it back, and that gets delivered. Therefore, if there are ballots that are coming from an address or from a voter that is not on that voter registration roll, then the ballot will not get delivered by the Postal Service.
And this is Trump's plan B, because he's working on the SAVE Act, and that's not going through, or it's going through too slow, or it's not going through at all. So Trump's using an executive order that will probably be challenged, but he's got to do something. So that's what's going on.
We have to do something. We have to do something about that. And if this gets so many challenges in the courts that it's almost nullified, because they're going to try and appeal and appeal and appeal and get favorable judges and so on. The goal then becomes like what we did in November 2024, and that is just flood the system.
Right.
Get out there, everybody has to vote and so on. That's what makes us so incensed at these network clowns that are trying to get you so disgruntled and dissatisfied that you don't vote. That's not the answer. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine last night actually, and he's in Texas, and he's very distraught. He says, every conservative I talk to is upset with Trump, and they don't want to vote in the midterms. They don't want to vote and all of this. So I said, let me ask you a question. So what are you going to do? You're not going to vote, and then for 4 years thereafter you're going to cry because the Democrat is in the office, the Democrats took over the Senate and the House. So now you're going to sit around and cry? That's not a solution. Get out and vote. You vote for the Republicans no matter what. Get them back into office, and then torment them with phone calls and letters to do what you need them to do.
Well, that's actually been the theme of the dispatch. If you've seen the dispatch that we have, it's all when to vote, which runoff to vote, which primary to vote. And I'll be honest, I don't see anyone else doing it right now except for us. All right.
Right. That's another thing we're going to be doing as we move forward into 2026 further, is, as you saw in today's dispatch, we're going to be giving you all the election information that's pertinent to what's coming up, so everybody can be very informed on, the candidates and what's happening and so on.
All right. Dave Blaze,
George Magazine.
This is the last show before our Easter break, if you call it that. Anything else you want to end on? Or
no, I just want to say thank you to all of our gang here. You guys are fantastic. We love you all, and we wish you the peace of the Lord Jesus Christ upon you, and for all you beautiful children of God. We can't say enough about how appreciative we are to have you guys reading the magazine, following us, watching us two dummies on these shows. It's just fantastic.
All right, guys, don't forget, go to George.
And happy Passover.
Yeah. Go to georgemagazine.com, check it out, get the dispatch. Most of you guys already have it, but that's a wrap. We'll see you guys. We'll follow you on Facebook. We'll see you guys.
Yeah,
next week.
We'll see you on Facebook, and we'll see you again on Monday.
You got it. Thank you. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.